All right, so let's dive into this whole Geely buying Volvo thing back in 2010.
Okay.
On the surface, it seemed like such a weird pairing.
Yeah.
Almost like a Chihuahua adopting a Great Dane.
Uh-huh.
We've got articles here about culture clashes and financial risks.
Right.
I mean, talk about a gamble.
Oh, it definitely was a gamble.
Yeah.
You know, in the business world, there's this thing called the 77 rule.
Oh.
And it basically says 70% of these mergers and acquisitions, they just fail to meet their goals.
Wow.
So yeah, when you think about how different these cultures were trying to merge,
Right.
the chances of this working,
Yeah.
they were slim.
They were already going against the odds from the start.
Totally.
But then you factor in what each company was known for.
Right.
Geely was making affordable cars, mostly for China.
Mm-hmm.
And Volvo had built this reputation for safety and reliability.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, a certain level of luxury, too.
Exactly. And that difference in how people saw each brand
Yeah.
created a lot of skepticism.
Like, how can a company known for budget-friendly cars handle a premium brand like Volvo?
Right.
It's almost like they're trying to mix oil and water.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work.
They just don't mix.
So where did things start to get tricky?
Well, there were some early signs
Yeah.
that the cultures might clash.
Yeah, like what?
One that sticks out is that Volvo concept car they showed off in Shanghai.
Oh, yeah, the Tiandi.
Yeah, the Emperor of Heaven car.
Yeah. I don't think that name would have gone over well anywhere else.
Well, it didn't even really work in China.
Right.
The Swedish team thought they were being all culturally sensitive
Right.
with a name that sounded grand.
Sure.
But Emperor of Heaven is a spiritual term. It's not something you connect with a car.
No, not at all.
So it'd be like naming a car the Archangel or something.
Not exactly a catchy name.
No, it's not going to appeal to the masses.
Definitely not.
And this whole name thing,
Yeah.
it wasn't just about a bad name.
Right.
It showed they didn't really get the Chinese market.
Like a fundamental difference in understanding.
Exactly. It was a wake-up call for Geely, especially their chairman, Li Shufu.
It showed them that saving Volvo
Yeah.
would need a delicate touch.
They couldn't just force their own ideas.
Right.
They had to respect Volvo's history and why people loved the brand.
And navigate those cultural differences very carefully.
Exactly. They couldn't alienate the people who made Volvo special.
Like employees, the customers, the whole legacy of quality.
All of that.
Okay, so culture clash right out of the gate.
Uh-huh.
But let's not forget the financial risks.
Oh, yeah.
Buying any car company is a big deal,
Absolutely.
especially one like Volvo.
Right.
So that must have been a huge financial gamble.
It was massive.
Yeah.
You have the price tag itself.
Right,
Geely paid a lot for Volvo,
yeah,
but that was just the beginning.
of course, because Volvo wasn't exactly doing great financially
No, they were losing money.
and needed big investments to turn things around.
Exactly.
And then there were the hidden costs of separating from Ford. Volvo and Ford had been together for years, sharing platforms, software systems, the whole works.
It was like trying to separate two trees that grew together completely intertwined.
Wow.
Their roots all tangled up.
Untangling that must have been so complex and expensive.
It was a huge task.
Yeah.
It took years to separate them completely.
And all this while, Geely's trying to become a major player globally.
Exactly.
They took on a huge financial burden with Volvo.
They did.
So not only the upfront costs and integration,
Right.
but also navigating a very uncertain global market.
Yeah, it was a recipe for disaster.
It really was.
But here's the interesting thing.
What's in it?
Even with all these challenges,
Uh-huh.
Geely was determined to make it work.
They had a vision,
They did.
but how did they actually pull it off?
Well, one of the smartest things they did was this dual brand strategy.
Okay.
It basically means letting Volvo keep its own identity.
So Geely wasn't trying to turn Volvo into like a Geely clone
Right, exactly.
or like water down the brand or something.
No, they saw that Volvo's reputation, their heritage, all of that,
Uh-huh.
it was valuable.
It was a good thing.
Yeah. They knew to succeed, they had to respect that legacy.
Right.
Let Volvo keep excelling at what it was already good at.
Like safety and design.
Yeah, that Scandinavian feel.
And this went beyond just keeping the name and logo.
It did.
Geely gave Volvo something they hadn't had in a while.
What's that?
Autonomy.
Real autonomy.
Yeah. Like freedom to make their own decisions.
They formed this board of directors for Volvo,
Okay.
and it was full of industry veterans,
Oh, wow.
people who really knew the car market.
Yeah.
We're talking executives from Volkswagen, Audi, even former Volvo leaders.
So it wasn't Geely calling all the shots.
No, they were giving Volvo the freedom and expertise to succeed.
That's a big deal.
It is.
Shows they weren't just interested in Volvo's assets.
Yeah.
They were invested in the people in the future.
Yeah, and this respect for Volvo's identity.
Yeah.
It extended to their engineering and design.
Like,
Take the SPA platform, for example.
oh yeah, we talked about that earlier.
Yeah, this was something Volvo started working on
Right.
before Geely even came into the picture.
Before the acquisition.
Exactly. And it became a big part of their success.
For those of us who aren't engineers,
Yeah.
can you break down why that platform was so important?
Think of it like a set of really high-quality building blocks.
Okay.
You can use those blocks to create all kinds of things. A sedan, an SUV, a wagon.
Yeah.
But the quality, the engineering,
Right.
it stays consistent.
So they didn't have to start from scratch every time.
No.
They could adapt this platform for different designs,
Exactly.
different types of cars.
And this had huge implications.
Like what?
It streamlined production,
Okay.
reduced costs,
Mhm.
made sure all their cars had a consistent level of quality,
And I bet it helped them develop new models faster.
much faster and more efficiently.
So it's not just about making good cars.
Right.
It's about making them in a smart way.
In a smarter and more efficient way.
And this must have had a big impact on their finances.
Huge impact.
Yeah.
Volvo's sales started climbing after the Geely acquisition.
Okay.
And eventually they hit record highs.
Wow.
In 2019, they sold over 700,000 vehicles globally.
That's incredible.
A huge milestone.
It is.
And their market value skyrocketed.
So what started as a risky gamble,
Yeah.
with all those cultural differences and the financial risks,
Uh-huh.
it became a huge success story.
It did.
It's a remarkable turnaround.
It really is.
And it shows what can happen when you have a good strategy.
Dual brand strategy.
Yeah, and a commitment to working together respectfully.
Respectful integration.
And a shared vision for the future.
That's key.
I think it also shows how important it is to understand
Yeah.
and respect those cultural differences.
Instead of trying to force their own ways,
Right.
Geely saw the value in Volvo's unique identity.
And gave them the power to make their own decisions.
Exact.
So Geely provided resources and support.
And Volvo brought their expertise and brand to the table,
A true partnership.
not a takeover.
Right. And that's what made it work.
They didn't try to force things.
Yeah, they recognized that their differences
Yeah.
were actually good things.
And they used those differences to create something special.
Exactly.
It's inspiring, you know?
It is.
In a world that can feel so divided,
Yeah.
it's good to see collaboration and respect.
It highlights the potential
Yeah.
when businesses challenge the norm.
And take a leap of faith on something different.
An unconventional partnership.
You know, this makes you wonder,
About what?
are there other mismatched partnerships out there
Yeah.
that could do amazing things?
If they follow a similar approach,
What do you think?
it really does make you think.
Yeah. Are there other, like, unexpected pairings just waiting to happen?
Well, you know, it's funny you say that.
Oh.
Remember when Apple teamed up with Hermes?
For the Apple Watch?
Yeah, to make that luxury version.
Right? That was a
Yeah.
surprising one. Yeah. You wouldn't think
Yeah.
a tech giant in a fashion house.
Right, totally different worlds.
But it was a huge success.
It was, people loved it.
Those Apple Watch Hermes editions
Yeah,
became a status symbol.
totally. It proved that sometimes
Yeah.
the most unexpected combinations can create something really special.
Something unique, something people want.
And that's a key takeaway from Geely and Volvo, too.
I think so.
It's not just about partnering with anyone.
No.
It's about finding the right partner.
The one that complements your strengths.
Yeah, and challenges you to think differently.
Exactly. And approaching that partnership with respect.
With a willingness to learn from each other.
Geely could have easily tried to force Volvo,
Yeah, make them do things the Geely way.
but they didn't. They saw the value in Volvo's unique identity.
And let them make their own decisions.
Teeth their own character.
So Geely provided the resources and support.
Yeah, the foundation.
And Volvo brought their expertise and brand to the partnership.
It was a true give and take.
Yeah, a true partnership.
Not a takeover.
Exactly. And that's why it worked.
They didn't try to jam a square peg into a round hole.
Right. They used those differences to their advantage.
To create something remarkable.
It's a good reminder that even in today's world,
Yeah.
which can feel so competitive,
Mm-hmm.
there's still room for collaboration and respect.
And it shows the potential out there.
Yeah.
When businesses are willing to challenge the norm.
To take a chance on an unconventional partnership.
What do you think is the biggest lesson from all this?
I think it's that success often comes from defying expectations.
like Geely and Volvo.
Yeah, they took a chance on each other.
A chance that a lot of people thought would fail.
It proved everyone wrong.
Yeah.
By embracing those differences.
Respecting each other's strengths.
Focusing on that shared vision.
They didn't just save a brand.
Right.
They changed the global car industry.
Yeah, and created a partnership that's still going strong.
That's pretty amazing.
It is. It makes you think what other unlikely partnerships are out there.
What opportunities are we missing?
Because we're stuck in old ways of thinking.
Exactly.
The Geely Volvo story shows us that sometimes those unexpected partnerships,
The ones that don't seem like they'd work?
they can lead to the best results.
That's something to keep in
No
mind.
matter what you do or what challenges you face.
Keep your eyes open. Be curious.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to embrace the unexpected.
You never know where it might lead.
Exactly.